Bitcoin may be ready to enter another bear market, but this should not have you feeling scared or worried or, oh, Kirby Owen. This, my friends, is the time where opportunities may present themselves. Opportunities which we've only seen happen a handful of times over the past several years, where some of the largest and most heinous market movements occur in the blink of an eye, the snap of a finger. And the question that I have to ask you, are you going to be the one that strikes upon this type of potential opportunity and crushes this market? Or are you going to be the one that simply gets crushed? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. What is going on, my friends? Today I'd like to discuss Bitcoin and the action we're seeing inside the chart right now. We're really at the crossroads here, and if this does fall into a bear market, and I'm going to discuss the characteristics here of what I'm looking for in terms of confirmations for this occurrence to come to fruition. Also, I'm going to discuss what am I looking for in terms of how to play this market right here, right now. What if we do go into a bear market? What about the altcoins? All of this here and more today, ladies and gentlemen. So as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up. All right, so we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice, this is not trading advice. These are only my own opinions, ideas, and speculative hypotheses on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. That being said, let's begin right here on the one-day time frame. Clearly, as you can see here outlined by this teal moving average, this is the 200-day moving average. In the traditional markets and cryptocurrencies alike, the 200-day moving average is a key leading indicator where it's just a great perspective in terms of, is the market overall looking bullish, meaning that the price action is sustaining its trading above the line? Or on the contrary, is this in a downtrend below the line? I mean, it's just historically across many assets, it's one of these indicators that's proven time and time again to be somewhat reliable when you're looking for the trend structure as a whole. And right now, Bitcoin turned from trading above the line and breaking out in this in this bear market zone down here. Soon as we got above the 200-day, we haven't gone back below it until recently, right? You see all of this action here has been above the 200-day, which, you know, per classical technical analysis theory is generally very bullish. And now, my friends, we have been sustaining price action below this line for quite some time. And just over the course of the past week alone, we actually have tried to test above it numerous times, and we failed all of them. You can see here in the recent past week, we tested it once, twice, and thrice, all of which only got a wick above it on the daily time frame, all to close their entire candle body below the line. Very bearish in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, especially testing up into a range here where we've seen prior rejection and we've seen old historic support down inside this vicinity as well, which in turn could look to act now as new tentative resistance. And for the time being, that is what we've seen. When we zoom out here, I want you to just notice the structure that we're building here as well. Although we are trading below that 200-day moving average, also below the 50 and 100 days, which are both on downward sloping trajectories, you could see, right? The 200 for the time being is still trending upwards, but if we do get another leg down, this is likely going to start rolling over rather quickly here, just as we've seen with these 50 and 100, with the 21-day and the 50-day moving average. Let's get this crypto. Now, in terms of this, ladies and gentlemen, what we have to understand here is that this structure right now looks very reminiscent of a bear flag to me here. And I'm going to look at the altcoins as well, because I want you all to understand here that right now the market is at a crossroads. For me, this is either it's going to have to wind up being the bottom, or we have a long way down to go. Now, let's look at the weekly here, okay? What I want you guys to see is that although right now we are seeing that the price is finding support here, right, over the past 2 weeks, we do have to understand that we are seeing a lot of sell pressure here identified by these bearish wicks, right? The candle bodies have still closed below the resistance level. The wicks have been bearish pressure to the downside 2 weeks in a row here. This week for me is going to be very important, because if we finish flat somewhere where we are at right now, right, or we finish a little bit lower than this, right, back down into this range, although the price is still finding support, my friends, what gets very concerning for me here is that right now, if we look at the weekly RSI, you could see that we're trending right now on a very historic level here for the RSI, that this has been a zone that's acted as really a short-term bounce zone in terms of the RSI before we crash down deeper into oversold conditions, right? We've seen this twice here. Once back in 2014, right, in the bear market, and then again here in 2018 before crashing down all the way into oversold territory. Let's get this crypto. For me, this is very interesting because, of course, past performance is not indicative of future results. But what we can see here is that we are finding a little bit of a bounce here at this region yet again. Maybe we do see it test up a little bit further and then crash below it. Maybe we don't crash below it at all. But keep this on your radar that right here on the weekly time frame, the 44 on the weekly RSI has acted as a very little unique zone here on this metric, and I am watching for this as a dump below the 44 region here on the weekly RSI could be an indicator that we are due for that retest all the way back down into oversold conditions below 30. Let's get this crypto. And just before we continue here, I want to go over to the BLX, which has longer term data here for Bitcoin, and I want to show you guys dating all the way back here. Bitcoin has loved to go from overbought to oversold nearly every time that it's done so. And we can see this clearly here, guys, that right now we have yet to go back into oversold. And I just want to outline it here. Back here in 2011, way overbought, then all the way down to near oversold. Back here in 2013, we went up into overbought, bounced back up, crashed into oversold. Then here in 2018 and the end of 2017, overbought again, all the way down into oversold. And right here in 2019, overbought again. And we have yet to see where this is going to wind up. But as I just showed you on the last metric that I showed you here, which we'll go back to now, keep this on your radar that the 44 level right now, in my opinion, is significant, as if we do drop below it, there could be further pending downside action looming in the shadows. Oh, let's get this crypto. Now, taking the RSI out of it, we have to understand here, we could be right now in a weekly bear flag here as well, right? And we should all know by now that if we take our flagpole, which is the size of the flag down to the support region, and we drag this over here to our tentative breakout zone, let's go on the regular scale here. If we drop this down, we move it over here. Let's grab this, okay? We could see that this brings us, ladies and gentlemen, clearly right down into the honey hole. And that honey hole for me is around the $6,000 region. We also have the 0.786 Fibonacci down here with a cluster of support. There's a lot of things working for this area right now in terms of where we could potentially be headed if this bear market truly is to come to fruition, right? And for me, the bear market coming to full fruition really would be taking out this structure of old support here around 6,000. If we break below this green box for me, ladies and gentlemen, the next thing becomes, can this 0.786 fib hold? And then, of course, the almighty, the holy grail, if you will, this 200-week moving average, which now let's go back over to the BLX here and let's take a look. You guys should know that back all the way to as far back as the data goes for us here with the 200-week moving average is back in 2015. And we could see that ended the bear market there. We bounced off of it twice and it started the next bull run, right? And then if we fast forward and go back here into 2018 and 2019, we ended the last bear market by bouncing twice off the 200 moving average yet again. Let's get this crypto. So now, this is very interesting because over the course of the next few weeks, we may see this 200-week moving average get right up to about the level of the 0.786 Fibonacci, which is around the $5,400 region. If this does in fact occur, what happens if we lose support at this range, right? What happens if we snake this up here, we get it up into this box, and what happens if we lose it? This will be the first time in recorded history that Bitcoin has dropped below and closed candles below the 200-week moving average. Let's get this crypto. If this happens, ladies and gentlemen, I'm expecting that opportunities in this market are going to be epic, literally amazing. In terms of the volatility, we're looking at something that has never happened historically. And when this occurs, if it occurs, right, and if/when this occurs, the thing here is that when things go into uncharted territory, this is when volatility gets extreme. And in extremely volatile situations is when the bulk of potentially life-changing opportunity presents itself. And for me, I'm sitting here salivating, getting ready to crush it and get this crypto. As well as right now, even leading up to this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, sure, Bitcoin has been trading in a little boring equilibrium right now. But understand, this to me, my friends, we are on the waiting pad right now, the launching pad, before we're either going to take a plunge in this market or we're going to continue an epic bull run, which we're going to discuss more right now as well. But the thing is here, is this for me, we are at the final spot. This is the end of the boring action, in my opinion, because we're either about to see heinous market structural changes here in this market with a drop out of the potential bear flag, or we're about to continue really strongly to the upside and have to eclipse this old high around 14,000 to really continue the bull market. Let's get this crypto. So now, some other things to consider here. We're going to look at the altcoin market in a second. I'll look at some of the top alts, the total caps, etc. But keep in mind here, the crypto fear and greed index right now is still at a point where we're not creating new highs. You could see we're kind of flatlining here, we're plateauing. And this is not good from a bullish perspective, in my opinion. As we've seen here historically, we love to create higher highs and higher lows in a bull market. And in a bear market, we've created lower highs and lower lows. Right now, we're at a plateau, which I think can completely and consistently matches the action here, as this is the crossroads. I don't think the bulls are very confident right now, and I don't think the bears are very confident right now either. We're truly awaiting market structure here to change to give us the understanding of where this market may potentially be headed in the future. And just before we continue here, you guys know I only do these streams here on YouTube once per day. With this action, it's been even less than that because we've just been chopping sideways, right? So, the thing is right now is I keep you updated in VIP 24/7 around the clock as I make my trades, as I plot my strategies, as I get ready to get this crypto. I post all of my trades and my trade setups for you in real time in VIP. If you're not already in VIP, my friends, I can only imagine after this move, it's going to be a bonanza in this market yet again, in my opinion at least, and I'm expecting that the trading opportunity is going to be absolutely immense here and absolutely potentially life-changing. So if you're not already in VIP, my friends, pat yourself on the back for being here today, because this stream right here, I have a feeling this is going to be one of the final streams before we see one of these absolutely insane market moves, and I am preparing for the move right now. And if you're not already in VIP, I do not know of a better time to become a VIP rather than right now, as this move is looming here in the shadows, in my opinion. So guys, if you're not already in VIP, consider joining right now after this stream. I will see you in VIP, and I'll keep you all updated with my trades there in real time. Let's get this crypto. So another thing to consider here is the Google Trends data for the search term Bitcoin, worldwide data past 5 years. When we were in the bear market, my friends, the very tail end of it, this data right here between March 24th and the 30th, I just want to show you on the scale here, or on the chart rather, this was right around this point in time, okay? The tail end of this bear market. We were at a relative 7 here. I mean, the lowest we've been since before the epic bull run really kicked off in 2017, okay? A 7 was the low here. Now we've created higher highs and higher lows throughout the whole bull market, and now we've been crashing all the way back down. Right now, the incomplete data for this week is showing an 8. My friends, this is very reminiscent here of the bear market. Now, there's two ways to look at this, and I'm not really going to take a stance on either. It's really up for you to decide and how you'd like to interpret it. The thing here is that we were at this level down here, and we are at this level again right here. Is this indicative that the price with less market participants is holding a higher level, and that's very bullish, meaning that soon as we get some more market participants and interest back, that we're going to go to the moon? I think that's certainly valid. Another way to look at it is that there's not enough market participants right now to hold up the market at the prices that we've seen bubble here, and that it's just like a ticking time clock here before we wind up dropping deep down into the crypto abyss out of the potential bear flag. Let's get this crypto. I just wanted to point that out. I see both trains of thought there. It's really not one or the other for me. I do see it's valid. I just wanted to point it out to you. I'm not really taking a stance on this at this time. I'm going to await further developments in the trend to really help mold my opinion here on this. Let's get this crypto. Now, in terms of the altcoin market, guys, there's I just want you to see this, okay? Total crypto market cap. What we're seeing here now, for the time being, the 0.618 golden Fibonacci retracement is still holding, but just like the other charts, we are seeing a potential bear flag here, a potential rising wedge, right? A potential bearish debacle looming in the shadows. And right now, we did see the 50 and the 200-day moving averages. Sorry, I was getting tongue-tied there. The 50 and the 200-day moving averages have now officially crossed, which is a classic death cross. Of course, we'd like this 200-day to start turning to the downside as well for further confirmation here. But as of right now, we have been awaiting the death cross. It is happening right now. We are trading below the old market structure up here, which is, in my opinion, inherently bearish. And we are still, in my opinion, looking for a potential drop below this golden fib down to that 0.786 Fibonacci, which would be nearly a complete retracement of the entire bull market. Let's get this crypto. That's including Bitcoin and altcoins. Now we look at the total cap, just altcoins, no Bitcoin here. We did death cross some time ago. Right now, we already have gone back down to the 0.786. And my friends, here we are on the last hope structure. Let's look here. Don't let this chart intimidate you. I know there's a lot of lines, but for the time being, I just want you to all understand that there's two major structures here. Let's actually remove this for now. This structure here for me, is this going to be a potential broadening bearish foghorn to the downside where we just continue to respect it backwards? Or, my friends, is this right here, let's remove this one now, is this just a smaller downward channel that we dipped out of one time? And are we going to continue to see lower lows here? Let's get this crypto. For me, I think I've covered it a million times here already on this stream, that we are at the final points of support for me here, which is really where we are at now at the 786 Fibonacci, or we do have a chance to go much, much lower in this trend, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, potentially even putting in new lows that we've seen lower than that last prior bear market. Let's get this crypto. And we could see the weakness here. I just want to outline one in particular here is BCH. We could see that BCH right now looks to be in the cleanest bear flag, in my opinion here, forming a beautiful rising wedge. I might be potentially looking to short this aggressively, ladies and gentlemen, and if so, I will be keeping you updated with my shorts there in VIP. Let's get this crypto. We could see that this just has a very bearish looking structure to me here, in my opinion. If we go over to XRP, we could see that XRP as well right now is still respecting its bearish resistance level at about 30 cents USD. not at this point in time, not able to cross back above its old historic support line, which is now, for the time being, acting as new macro tentative resistance. We'll have to see how this continues to play out. We could see here as well that Ethereum right now is also at the point where it's going to have to remain bullish here to really get back above this $225 region, or, my friends, right now we're going to see that this resistance here at 196 holds up, and that we're going to crash deep down into the crypto abyss. Truly, we're at the crossroads. I hope you see it. Also here, this longer term trend line, if we go out to the weekly time frame, I believe that we could see this better here. Let's go to the regular chart. You can see this long-term bullish upward sloping trend line here has, for the time being, been taken out and has already been back tested as new resistance, right? Old support becoming new resistance. Let's get this crypto. Keep your eye on this market, ladies and gentlemen. I know that I'm looking for aggressive trading opportunity in here, and like I've stated in the beginning of the video, I think that we're going to see some potentially life-changing opportunities very, very soon here inside this market. As for me, this is the last stand. This is the waiting period before we see the epic market movements which we've been waiting for. So like I said, if you're not already in VIP, my friend, I've seen this story a million times, that the move happens. I show, this is how I prepared for it. These are the trades I took. These were my setups. Shout out to my VIPs that I posted this all for you. And then I get the people crying, oh, dang, dang, if only I was in VIP, I would have seen how you were trading it. My friend, I've told you in advance, right? And today is truly the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. For everybody that wants to see how I'm preparing to trade this, how I'm strategizing to crush this potentially life-changing trading opportunity, if it breaks down or up, my friends, I will see you in VIP right now after this video. The opportunity is here for you to become a VIP today, and it would be my pleasure to have you in VIP. So, guys, really, if you could here, moon the likes, smash those thumbs ups. The market right now is a little flat. So obviously, intrinsically, there is generally less people in the market watching these analysis videos, right? Which gives us the opportunity here to prepare in advance before the rest of the market participants really formulate a strategy, as they generally come back after the move occurs, like dunce caps, right? James the water cooler coming back after the move happens. Ludicrous. But for me, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's important today that you're all here. You're watching the market still as we trade sideways, which is important, as you need to strategize in advance before the move happens if you're looking to get this crypto. And you should be understanding that you're playing this market one step ahead of others that they've gone away for now, right? So guys, if you could, smash up those thumbs ups today, moon the likes. If you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button, tick the little bell, and it's going to ask if you want all or personalized. I only upload once per day, so hit all. You'll get the notifications when I upload these streams for you. And guys, like I said, if you want to see all my current trades, my trade setups, my strategies for how I'm planning to potentially crush this move right here, right now, when it does in fact occur, well, then I'll see you in VIP, my friends. Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I will see you in VIP right now. And until next time, my friends, if you could share this video in your chats, share this video in your socials, I would appreciate it. And until next time, the Don has spoken. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.